Alright, what's up YouTube? This is Alex. I'm back. I gotta do this video all over again because the video was too damn long. Today's episode is gonna be Sex Talk 101, episode 21, Why Women Get Angrier. Now, a lot of men used to always ask themselves why a woman get angry, and I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why a woman gets mad. So, let's start with number 5. You want her to like you. Now, I'm a little bit of a victim of this myself. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm a victim of this. This has happened to me like at least 4 out of 7 times. It's happened to me. You see, I've noticed the more you try to make a woman like you, the more you make a woman hate you. And the more you make a woman hate you, the less of a chance you have to try to talk to the girl like you was hoping to do in the first place. I'm going to say it again. The more you try to make a woman like you, the more you make a woman hate you, the less of an opportunity you have than you did in the first place. And you see, a lot of men are afraid that if they don't get to see the girl again. Now, the reason why I say that's number 5, because a lot of women be like, I need time, I need space, and that usually leads to her not talking to you no more because she needs time to think. Now, what's another way that you can make a woman angry and pissed off at you? Now, some of these punk ass pickup artists and dating coaches talk about this thing about not showing no emotion whatsoever. And you see, the problem with that is you do good for the first 3 to 6 months because you don't know the person very well. But then the second 6 to 3 months, you mess up because at some point you want to tell her about your personal life. You want to tell her something about you that lets her know you're serious about moving to the next level. There's a such thing called too much too soon, telling too much too soon. You scare her off, you run her away, she may not come back. So that's number 5. Number 4 is telling her too much information. Now, when you try to tell a woman, my dad died, he got into a car accident and the car blew up. Well, how do you expect a woman to respond to that? Or my mom was in an airplane and the airplane crashed and exploded in the sky. How do you expect a woman to respond to that? Or when I was 15, I got caught smoking some weed. She might understand that. But if you tell too much, it's like a movie, right? You know how when we do YouTube videos, we always say spoiler alert, or you tell too much of the movie, too much of the story? Well, if you tell too much about yourself to a woman when you're trying to ask her out to lunch and dinner, or you just want to hang out with her after work, and she hears too much about your personal life story, there's nothing to talk about later. So then if you ever get to take the girl out to lunch and dinner, there's nothing to talk about because you talked about it when you first met. So now when she gets to the dinner table, it's so damn boring. There's nothing to talk about because you talked about all of it. So now we get to number 3. Number 3 reason why a woman gets angry is, and this is going to be a big fucking shock to you, the shit test. What if I told you your whole entire life you have been shit tested and you never knew it? When you go to get a car, before they can just take your money and let you have a car off the car lot, they have to run your credit card history to see if you got good credit, bad credit. They got to see how much money you make. They got to see your income. They got to see how many years you was on a job, how many years you have good credit. I got to check your background. And when they check your background, they can check it 2 times. They can check it 3 times. Got to take a little test before we, even consider taking your money on buying one of our cars. Or you go to a bank to do a checking account. Well, before they can even get to the checking account, they want to see your birth certificate or your social security card and your driver's license. Got to do your first name, your last name, where you live, city and state. And again, they got to find out how much money you make. Again, they got to find out how much do you even have good credit or bad credit. They got to do that because they have to. And then you got to consider the fact that when a bank does that, you're being shit tested. What about when you go to school? Oh yeah, when you go to school, you most definitely are being tested. You take a math test, an English test, math, English, history, science, PE, health. They all give out quizzes, right? They all give out tests. And you see, the only type of men who always seem to figure this out are alpha males and bad boys. You notice in history that the bad boys know at some point they're going to get a shit test from a very beautiful, attractive woman. Alpha males, they welcome challenges. Alpha males love and thrive off of challenges. And guess what? An alpha male knows they're going to be challenged. And alpha males are used to being challenged. Bad boys, they know at some point they're going to be challenged. But a beta male men, they don't see the signs. You know how you can tell when you can see the signs that you're an alpha male? When little kids look up to you when you're a superhero. Little kids will think you're Spider-Man. They'll think you're Captain America. They'll think you're Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, Thor, Wolverine from the X-Men, the Black Panther. They'll think you're those superheroes from Marvel Comics. If it's DC Comics, they'll think you're Batman, Superman, The Flash, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter. They'll think you're superheroes from DC. If this is Dragon Ball Z, they'll think you're either Goku, Gohan, Future Trunks, or Vegeta, or Piccolo. If this is Dragon Ball Z, little kids look up to you as a superhero. That's a sign you're becoming an alpha male. When little kids look up to you as a hero, as an actual hero, they'll look up to you. Men want to be you, kids love you, women love you. That means you're becoming an alpha male. That means you're way on your way to becoming an alpha male. Now, what are the signs that you know you're a beta male to women? When a woman don't find you physically, sexually attractive. You ever gone to a bank and you ever seen people, what's the word I'm looking for? They take your money and they tell you, well, it's nice being a customer, but we don't want you here at our bank no more. You might go to a Bank of America, Citibank, Capital One, Washington Mutual. There's all types of banks. U.S. Bank, Chase Bank. There's a lot of damn banks. And you say, but I make $15,000. I make $20,000. Well, it doesn't matter. We don't want your money and we don't want you here as a customer as our bank. That means you are low value. And low value means nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to hang out with you. Nobody finds you fun and exciting or entertaining. And remember when you was in junior high and high school and it was PE and you had to play basketball for PE or football and all the good kids got to be on the winning basketball team and all the weak, sorry ass kids was on the sorry ass basketball team? Well, all the sorry ass kids that was on the sorry basketball team were on that team because they showed low value. And all the winning kids that was on the winning basketball team were deemed high value. This happens in junior high. This happens in high school. This happens at a junior college. And this even happens at a 4-year college. Private college, public college, you name it, it happens everywhere you go. Work, gym, it happens. That's how you know if you're high value. That's how you know if you're low value. If you're high value, people want to talk to you. People want to ask you for your phone number and your email address. I want to hang out with you on Saturday and Sundays. Hey man, hit me up for basketball. I want to play with you at the basketball park. Or man, we should go to the nightclub and talk to some girls. Or let's put some money together and let's open up a business. And let's go into business and become multi-millionaires or multi-billionaires. That's a perfect example that you're high value. Everybody wants to be with you. Everybody wants to talk to you, and everybody wants to hang out with you. High value. Low value is nobody talks to you. Nobody calls you. Nobody gives you a text message. You come to work, nobody says hi to you. You get disrespected day in and day out. Low value. It's a big shock, isn't it? Think about it. When you think about the United States Army, one of the greatest militaries in the world of the nation, how do they figure out who's fit to be in the military and who's not fit to be in our American military? They do a test, right? And if they see you have a hard time with their test, they automatically tell you just quit and just go home. Even in the military, you got to do a shit test. Your whole entire life, you have to do a shit test. When you hear people say, I already did it, so what else is there to prove? And you always hear somebody say you have to always prove yourself. There go that word again, self-improvement. And you see, I'm getting to number 2 because I'm trying to explain how this works. Your whole entire life, you get shit tested. You go to the bank, you go to a restaurant. You ever gone to a restaurant like McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell and they intentionally on purpose forgot your order or they forgot your cup? Sometimes they do that to see if you know what they're doing. They want to know if you know you forgot your cup. Translation, shit test. When you write a check, if you don't know how to count your money, they'll be shit testing you. If you don't know what you're signing in a contract, when you try to get a car off the lot, you could be shit tested and don't know it. So your whole entire life, you're being shit tested. You go to the gym, there are guys challenging you in the gym. You play basketball and football at the park, you're going to be challenged. When you go to try to make an attempt to get your driver's license, you are being shit tested. Got to take the eye exam. You got good eyes? Yeah, you're ready for the road. You got some terrible eyes? You ain't ready for the road. Take the bus, take the train. I'm just trying to tell you. Do you know that when men who think they don't have to pass the shit test think they're okay? You're not. That means you're low value. That means no one deems you worthy of a shit test. And the reason why I'm saying it is because you're seeing it in our society. And I'm talking to you men that are from the age of 18 to 29. So it don't matter if you're a black man, a white man, a Latino man, or an Asian man. If you're from the ages of 18 to 29 years of age, you are going to experience this in junior high, high school, in college, at the gym, at the park, on the road, at work. You're going to experience it a lot. Now, if you handle it in a good way, then good. If you handle it in a bad way, that's why I'm making this video. And you see, you're going to experience that. You fail your driver's license test the first time, that's just the first time. You do it a second time, you almost pass. You know the old saying, almost ain't good enough. So you failed 2 times trying to take your driver's license test. The third time, you usually pass. The only time you mess up the third time is if you just make a mistake by accident. So you make a 4th attempt. And for whatever reason, you pass on the 4th time. Now, if you're introverted, it might take you 5, 6, 7, 8 tries to pass your driver's license test. It might take you 10 to 11 tries to pass your driver's license test. If this is baseball, 3 strikes, you're out, you go back to the dugout. If this is basketball, you get 6 fouls, you foul out, you can't play for the rest of the basketball game, even if it goes into an overtime. The basketball game can go into 2 overtimes or 3 overtimes, but if you get 6 fouls, you can't come back. If this is football, they'll call it unnecessary roughness. You do it 2 times or 3 times, they kick you out of the football game. All of that is a form of a shit test. Now, for the number one reason why most women get angry at most men. And this has happened to me like at least 7 times. And I know you're probably saying to yourself, but Alex, you're one handsome son of a bitch. How could this happen to you too? Because this happened to me too. Number one, why a woman get mad? You failed all her expectations. You fail to realize there are 4 stages of sexual attraction. Stage 1 is let's just be friends. Stage 2 is oh my god, he's hot. Stage 3 is damn, he's hot. And stage 4 is what every man in this world should want to be at. Stage 4. You take the girl out to lunch, dinner, and you guys do know what scoring is, don't you? So there's 4 stages of sexual attraction. And because there's 4 stages of sexual attraction, most men get stuck at stage 2 and stage 3. Most men, they get trapped on stage 1 and 2 for some guys, but most of the time we're stuck at stage 2 and stage 3, and we can't never get to stage 4. It's happened to me 7 times. And you see, a woman asks herself this question when she gets angry and frustrated. I'm trying to find a man who's just like my father and grandfather. You see, daddy was in the military, granddaddy was in the military. He was in World War I, World War II, or this was the Korean War, or the Vietnamese War, or Iraq. And what she said to herself, why can't I find a man that's alpha? So she assumes that all men are alpha males. And she don't know if you're an alpha male or a beta male. She don't know if you're real or fake. And you see, to me and you, when we do show that we're a man, we physically, sexually attract the woman, but we just want the woman to say yes or no so we can know. And then we get put in this situation where we don't know. And what are the signs that you're being shit tested? Let's see. One of the signs is that when you have a girl try to give you some food for lunch or for dinner, and she won't give it to you, it's because she wants you to prove to her, why should I give you some of my food from lunch or for dinner? That's when you're being shit tested. There's that. There is the phone test. And don't feel bad, this has happened to me 3 times, where she calls you on the phone and you don't get no response or no text message. A lot of times you say, she didn't give me no answer. Well, actually, you have got an answer. You're low value in her mind, and she don't find you enough interesting for her to want to even call you. You failed the phone test. Then when she sees that you're failing all her tests, she gets angry and frustrated. And then that's when she starts to have this disdain look, this I hate you look, because she hasn't even give you the most hardest test yet. And a lot of girls will be telling her, girl, did you give him the hard test or did you give him the easiest test? And usually the girl will be like, I gave this dumbass the easiest test to pass, and he fails the easiest shit test right off the bat. Don't feel bad. It's happened to me. You know, I'm a handsome son of a bitch, and it happens to me. It happens to the best of us. See, all superheroes have weaknesses. If you think you're Superman, somebody will get on the phone and call Lex Luthor, and there goes some kryptonite for your ass. If you're Batman, they'll get on the phone and they'll call Bane and Catwoman if you think you're Batman. If you're the Flash, they'll get on the phone and they'll call the Reverse Flash. All superheroes have weaknesses. So it happens to the best of us. When a woman sees that you fail a shit test too many times, there is one more thing she does to try to convince herself that you are the man that she's looking for. She gonna get you and another guy that you're best friends with. Oh yeah, this happens all the time. And she gonna give you a consequence. If you really want to get with me in that ass, you either gonna fight your best friend. And you see, here's the thing: if you choose your best friend over the girl, You got your friendship, but you lose the girl. You take the girl, but you lose your best friend forever. You can't have both. And usually when a woman does that, it's because a woman is trying to turn you into a real man. Because the idea of her getting with a guy that doesn't have no masculinity, that doesn't want to be a man, it's not a turn on, it's a turn off to a woman. And when a woman has to get you to fight another man, that's usually a last resort to get you to do the one thing she wants you to do. Those are signs that you're about to fail the shit test. Those are also signs that you are taking a shit test from a woman. And you see, a woman is just like kids. A woman wants to look at you as a superhero. Like kids, women think of men as superheroes. And when a woman sees that you cannot do that, then she starts to insult your intelligence, your manhood, call you a punk bitch, a coward, a loser, call you a jackass, make faces at you, spread the word to all the people at your job, you a punk, you scared. I try to man him up, he's scared. Try to destroy your reputation because you don't want to take her shit test. But you fail to realize your whole entire life you have been shit tested. When you go to the gym, do you know that when you go to a gym like LA Fitness or Club Bay, they want to take your blood pressure and your body index and your heart rate before they just let you sign up to go to a gym? Because all gyms now are starting to do it. And you'd be like, why can't I just pay for a gym membership and just go work out? And they'd be like, you can do that, but we trying to make you take this little test. You know that word again, test. Or if you get stuck on a damn desert island, you got to take all the survival training that you learned in the military and learn how to survive off the land. And put your skills to the test. See, there go that word that me and other men hate, test. Or if you go to the doctor's office and you got a skin rash, you just want to get some cream and get in and get out. And the doctor's like, well, I want to do a medical checkup on your health. Again, check your blood pressure. And again, check your body index to see if you got fat and out of shape. I want you to take this little, see, there go that word again, test. It comes up throughout your whole entire life. You can't never get away from it. And you be scratching your head. Now, what happens to the men who fail the shit test over and over and over again? Well, what happens to those type of guys is that they do get women. But they usually get women that have hit the wall to the point where those women look at you in disgust like, oh my God, you got rejected by the women from the ages of 18 to 29 years of age because you keep failing the shit test. And you see older women that's in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, they know about the shit test because they used to do the shit test. And then those women don't have as much respect for you. I mean, trust me, you'll find out. And you see guys end up with women that are 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 400 pounds, 500 pounds because they don't know how to physically, sexually attract a woman. So they end up with fat women and they screw those women because a woman that's 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 400 pounds, 500 pounds, she might still try to do a shit test, but because she's obese and overweight and she's desperate, she's most likely not to give you a shit test. Or if the woman is in her 30s or 40s or 50s, she could shit test you, but then again, she would figure, why would I do that when she knows that she has kids or grandkids and she ain't got time to play games? So when guys date those types of females, it's because they keep failing the shit test. You'll say, well, I'm tired of playing games. Well, you'll tell your dad, I got rejected. And when you tell your parents and your grandparents, they'll say some insulting shit like, why don't you go date you a fat girl or an older woman, or go date you a mature woman? What they're trying to say is, oh shit, damn boy failed the shit test. Boy can't seem to figure out the girl's trying to see if he a real man or a little ass boy. Your parents and grandparents, they know about the mother loving shit test. Just ain't gonna tell it to your ass. Trust me, you'll be surprised that you got some uncles and cousins that have been shit tested. They be like, yeah, man, that girl back in the day rejected me 9 times, man. 9 times before I got it right. Trust me, you be surprised. You be amazed of what actually happens. And you see, not only that these men end up with women that are fat or too old, usually that's the result when you keep failing. There are signs that let you know this. And the reason why I made this video is because some guys might say, well, you've always made videos about the shit test or how to pass it, but I want the signs. I want to know, how do I know if I'm taking it? So that's why I made this video. And you see women who do this because they've been raised and taught what to look for. So it's not your fault, man. Trust me, it is not your fault. Because, and you see, these are the 5 top reasons why a woman gets angrier with the ER. Number 1 is you fail all their expectations. Now, it's not your fault because, you know, back in the day, they didn't really teach their sons growing up in those time periods, you know, you're going to get shit tested. It was just get you a house and a car and make money and the women come. And most of the time, the women do come. But when you get women that decide they want to take it a step further, then yeah. So that's why I'm trying to, you know, explain in this video. Now, I don't want to make this video too long or too short, but this is episode 21 of Sex Talk. And the reason why I make the video is because a lot of men walk up to a woman at a bus stop or at the train and say, why are you always mad? Why are you always angry? And from what I've heard and from what I've done myself, the more you try to put a smile on a woman's face when she's mad, the more angrier she get when you try to do that. You see, when you try to make a woman like you when she don't like you, she'll just hate you more. Now, I have actually done the impossible enough to tell you that when a girl roll her eyes, in theory, they say the woman don't find you physically, sexually attractive. Between me and you, that's bullshit, because I've actually had a couple of girls who've never liked me in high school or in college, and then, you know, I put on, you know, 15, 20 pounds of muscle, and that changes. But the point of this video is 5 reasons on why a woman gets angry and upset. So I hope this video helped you men understand what you will experience and what you will go through. Self-improvement is the answer to this problem. So if you get a girl that's mad and upset with you, just understand the 5 reasons that I've listed in this video, that's why she's mad. Until next time, peace.